Hi, I am Mrs. Roberson, pre-K teacher at Cedar Ridge Elementary. I would like to read the book Farm. Farm was written by Penelope Arlen and by Tori Gordon Harris, and this is a Scholastic book. The farm. Farms are large areas of land for growing plants or keeping animals. There are crop farms. Farm plants are called crops. Most crops are grown by food. And this is an animal farm. Animals are kept on farms for food and for materials, such as wool. It says here farms produce food. Food is sent to the grocery stores. Then we buy the food to eat. These are farm birds. Farm birds can often be seen in farmyards or in farm ponds. Of course, you recognize the turkey and a hen or chicken. This is the feet of a duck, a foot of a duck, and it says duck's foot is webbed for paddling through water. And this is the foot of a hen, and it says a hen has claws for running on hard ground. And these are different kinds of farm birds. We have the duck, the turkey, the goose, a rooster, and a guinea fowl. This is cattle ranch. In the United States, cattle are kept on huge farms called ranches. These people are cattle herders. They are known as cowboys. And the cattle like to graze. That's when they eat the grass. It's called grazing. The cattle graze or feed on open areas and can move around wherever they like. A herder herds or gathers them on horseback when he wants to take them to a new area to feed. And this is catching cattle. If an animal escapes, the herder sometimes uses a special rope called a lasso to catch it. And in the pen, when the cattle are ready to be taken to the market to be sold, they are herded into a pen. This is a dairy farm. It says some farms keep cows for their milk. These farms are called dairy farms. And of course, this is a milking cow. Milk is good for us. It keeps our bones strong. It says cows eat the grass in the summer and hay in the winter. And cows are milked on a milking parlor, and often it is done twice a day. And milk can be made into many different cheeses or yogurt. And I tell my students, and then that's how we make ice cream. Woolly sheep. Sheep have woolly coats. We need the wool to make clothes. So the sheep's wool, the coat is called fleece. Sheep live outside all year, and their woolly fleece keeps them warm. Sometimes a farmer uses farm sheep dogs to herd the cattle. In the summer, the sheep are brought into a shearer to be shaved, and so their wool comes off. And that's kind of what it looks like when it's like they're getting a haircut. And we get to use their hair to make wonderful things like sweaters. Pig farm. Pigs love to wallow in mud in the hot summer months. They do this to keep cool. Pigs live in big fields on farms. They are kept for their meat. Mother pigs can have as many as 16 piglets at one time. And the farmer feeds the pigs pellets, which are made into a mix of food to keep them healthy. You may think that all pigs are pink, but some are black or brown, and some have spots on them like this one. These are called rare farms. These are very unusual farms in the world. This is an ostrich. Ostriches are farmed around the world. They look like big birds. Their feathers are used for feather dusters. Reindeer are herded in some Arctic areas. That means some areas that are very cold. The herders live in tents and move with the deer. Some people have alligator farms. They must be very brave. This is an alpaca. Alpacas are farmed for their thick, woolly fleece. That means their coat. The fleece are knitted into clothes. And this is an American bison. Sometimes we call them buffalo. American bison are sometimes raised for their meat. Crops. Crops are plants that farmers grow in big fields. Some crops are grown for food. So here are some common crops. This is wheat. We make flour from wheat and then we make bread from that flour. This is soybeans. Sometimes they get milk out of it somehow. I don't know how. And sometimes it can be made into some kind of different meat looking stuff. Yeah. Sunflowers. I like sunflowers. Sometimes you can eat them like that, just salted, or made into oil. And these are called sugar beets. Some sugar comes from the root of the sugar beet plant. These are tractors. Tractors drive slowly and pull machines that do all kinds of work around the farm. A plow digs up the earth, then seeds can be planted. A baler scoops up the cut grass and presses it into hay bales. And a tractor the tractor helps the farmer carry loads around the farm. Look at all that machinery, all those tractors. Here is a tractor plowing. That means that it is digging trenches for some potatoes in this case. This is a seed drill. A seed drill is a machine that drops the seed for potatoes to grow under the ground, in this case. This is a harvester. When the potatoes are ready for the harvester, it digs them up and tips them into the truck, it says. And this is a sorter. The potatoes are sorted by hand to remove any bad potatoes. So at the end of when a farmer harvests all that he grew, then they can put into a combine. It says when wheat needs to be cut, a combine harvester begins its work. And see, here are the fields, and here is the combine picking up all this grain and putting it in that truck. And here's some just pictures of combines doing that work. 4 at the same time, it looks like. The grain is taken on a trailer, and then the leftovers Wheat starns are turned into hay bales. They call it straw. Little mice love those fields. And the last kind of farm we'll talk about today is the fruit farm. That's my favorite farm. The fruit we buy in stores is grown on a farm, big and small, and in many different countries. So it says here there are many orange farms in California, and they are called groves. Many types of fruit are soft, so they have to be picked carefully. So look at the kinds of things that grow in a fruit farm: oranges, pineapples, strawberries, raspberries, and apples. And last but not least is other kinds of farms. This is a chocolate farm. This is cotton farm. The cotton that we use to make clothes grows on shrubs. This is a fish farm. Fish are sometimes farmed in big lakes or along the ocean coast. And this is a tea farm. Tea leaves grow in huge fields in warm climates. The first one I mentioned was the chocolate one. Chocolate comes from the seed of the cocoa trees. And I believe this concludes our book on farms. I hope you enjoyed it.